How about now? Should be working now. I just went through everybody's like intros and nobody could hear me. It's awesome. But see how fast I resolve it? That's the art. That's the art of screwing up all the time. Just streamline everything quick. Anyways, good to see everybody again. I was wondering if the audio I didn't even bother looking at the meter. It should have probably told me. Sorry, folks, parks closed. Moose out front should have told you. Cheers. What what's the last we haven't asked about who's playing what for a while. What's everybody playing? What are you playing? What are you running? Playing running. Play and run check. And then my chat like stops. That's probably why it took me so long to realize the sound wasn't working. Nothing loaded. I will catch up. Orcus Dorcas knows me. Try turning it off and on. Yeah, no question. Road tripping. What's up, Harrigan? Huh. Yeah, that's funny. That's hilarious. Harrigan's the funniest guy I know. Roxville, good to see you. Blake, good to see you. Slight echo? No. Is there? Shouldn't be. A little echo? Maybe it was brief? Didn't have any echo. Hope not. Little reverb like a Cylon? Strange. All right, here we go. Blake playing Star Trek, Urban Shadows, and April Vason. Awesome. Wednesday's girl. Playing in Tales of the Valiant and still trying to play D&D with my old college buddies. But that's been a challenge with schedules. So playing kobolds. Kobold D&D. One of my game group just got a job and won't be able to attend our scheduled games, so maybe various board games for the time being. Ooh, ouch. Low volume and echo. What is going on? Should be no echo. Why is there an echo? I don't even know what to do. Wait, I'm going to probably listen to this back and it's going to drive me crazy. Running Shadowdark, having fun. Sweet, Jake. Gotcha. Playing Pendragon, might have some Blades in the Dark going soon. Whoa. William, about to play D&D soon, running D&D for kids. Still echo-ish. God damn it. What the hell is it? Hmm. I don't know if I can actually troubleshoot this properly. Echo is more like talking through a tube. I don't think that's going to make any difference, but you know what? I wonder. I don't know if that's going to make any difference, but we'll see. Maybe it was something I had a setting. Wayne says run Shadowdark and Dungeon World. Deuce. Playing Deathmatch Island? Yeah, that's a big question mark. Dolmenwood and a Dragonbane one shot. Yep, played in Phil McClory ran us through Dragonbane. My first Dragonbane game. I did not play a duck. No one a consequence. You are. I'm running BX D&D as usual. Tad prepping to run Shadowdark. Here again, playing in Deathmatch Island game we can't seem to finish. Playing OD&D. Playing in a secret project game with Limitron from time to time. Ooh. Schmancy pants. Just did the 20-year leap for Impossible Landscapes last session for almost four. For almost 4-year Enemy Within campaign next week. Some GURPS, some Traveler, prepping for Warhammer Old World. I'm telling you, Scott, we need to compare notes, man. Tonight is the post, like they had the briefing at the restaurant. Now it's from there, or tomorrow, I should say. I run it. Don't worry about it. Check it later. I don't even know how to check it later, actually. Lots going on in the play-by-post front, but ain't nobody got time for that. Better? Interesting. I just changed a setting on my... Maybe it's the... I'm so tired of audio. Mr. White, good to see you. Hope everything's well. Did you go to Genghis Khan last week? Playing Trail of Cthulhu Eternal Lies, Mithras Monster Island. Good to see you, man. I hope all is okay. Yeah, that's okay. I'm easily broken. Oh, it sounds like it does for me when my machine flips to the internal microphone rather than my nice one. I wonder, I did change it from default. I'm going to check one more thing. It's going to drive me nuts. I have to address it. I don't think this is going to matter, but yeah, it's strange. I don't know. It's odd. Shanbot playing nothing for the moment. Wah, wah. Running Dragonbane for different groups. Oh, groups. Well, it's a little hot. Dude, I don't know. I shouldn't have switched. It's driving me nuts, though. Mike says still playing Con Artists in a Shadowrun 3rd ed game. Cool. Q. Jeff playing Root, running Tour Eternity and Brindlewood Bay. There's a sprinkling of things. You start learning how to run Devil's Dandy Dogs for Gen Con. Trevelix, morning. Just started a Magnus Archives campaign. Good to see ya. Magnus Archives. Ooh, are you typically a cipher person? Is cipher your game? Kind of reverby now, but not awful. Fantastic. This is just great. Mr. White, yes, had an awesome time at Genghis. Sweet. Genghis Khan in a nothing. Test trekking, running a short game of Blue Planet Raid Contact at the FLG in addition to my normal group. I am running Delta Green, continuing Impossible Landscapes this Sunday. I'm running Deathmatch Island for the every other Thursday night group. It hasn't it's been probably 2 months since we've touched that one. I think it's been since January. Beginning of January, maybe December even, for Deathmatch Island. So we'll see. That's it. Played Dragonbane again last night, or Thursday night, sorry. Day off. And then yeah, that's what's going on my side. Not a big cipher system person, but am becoming one. There you go. There's a convert for you, Eileen. Weird place about to outgrow the venue, but cannot easily change venues. So, Genghis. How many people attend Genghis? Acquiring Minds want to know. Jeff Watkins sounds good for me, but I'm old and hearing is crap from my bar band days. Did you 10 bar, Jeff? Were you in the band? Impossible Landscapes is wild. Is indeed. I'm going to Noble Night this afternoon. I got a pickup to make. You know, it's a Delta Group. I got an old pagan publishing book I'm gonna pick up, and then I got some Spycraft old books. Like I saw them, it's $7. Might as well just pick those up. In the band, we were terrible. What'd you play, Jeff? I played bass, dude. I was the bassist. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, let's get into topic. I didn't have anything, of course, going in until like 10 minutes before I hit stream. I figured Genghis Khan is around 1500. There you go. Quaint, intimate. If we were to write a book, an RPG book, a self-help book, a self-help RPG book, let's talk about it. Who would it be for? Would it be for every game master? Would it be for all players? Would it be for players and game master? What would the chapters be? So let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, but what would the chapters be? What would be the content? What kind of tone would it be? Would it be like for the dummies books? I know some people get offended at the dummies books. I hate those. That's a bad name. It's the wrong, it's just very negative. But they're good, like fundamentally. What would be the title of the book be? Let's start with that, because I think once we get the title, we can determine what the tone is. So we're writing our tabletop role-playing game book. This is for me to glean of all the, take all these ideas, make them my own, and sell it for $1 million. I put that out on Blue Sky. I am putting it out there right now. If you are putting it in the chat, you're saying, Sean, I'm telling you can use this in your book, and you can make millions of dollars, and you do not have to, provide any attribution to me at all. If you think I'm going to write a book tomorrow, you're crazy. I think we need a GM book for intermediate game masters. Oh, interesting. I figured the hobby's only filled with GMs that don't know what they're doing or the experts. Like there is no middle ground. Right? Jeff says, he continues, you don't suck, but you could be better. There you go. There's something. Could go 100% sarcastic and name it the end all be all TTRPG resource. That's a good one. I like it. Let me write that down. Mike says, book title Never Burn Out for GMs and players. Or is it better to burn out than to fade away? Just saying. Eating, botten, gluten, globin. All right. I got something to say. Still getting reverb. That's fantastic. Joe, you're not the only one. I don't know why it is. I changed my interface, but I shouldn't be getting reverb. Like I have one source. Like I don't know why it would be. I don't know if that will help. It shouldn't. I don't have any echo. I don't know what's going on, man. It's freaking mind-boggling. I changed my interface, but it shouldn't mess with anything. It's great. That's great. Just great. Test Trekkie, my book title is simple. Don't include sexual assault in your game unless all your players are good with it, and other points about not being a dick. Okay. I think that might have some wheels. How to win friends and influence NPCs. Ooh. I think Dale Carnegie, because it's not Carnegie, it's Carnegie, so you know. We'll have something to say about that. Shanba title, playing at and mastering your life. Well, that might delve out of the RPG, like outside the RPGs, right? How to run a good RPG and get a hold of your life. Take control of your life. GMing for the soul. For intermediate GMs, delving deeper. Title, How to Make Sean $1 Million and Still Not Understand Thaco. That's got some wheels. I would reconnect, but I don't think that's gonna do it. I really am like at a loss. I don't know what's going on. It's driving me nuts. That line is Neil Young long before DL. Shannon, you crazy kids. Book about being a better GM and player. How Dice Ruined My Life and Other Short Stories. Oh, that's a good one. Make believe. I'm seeing a theme here. Like I see some seriousness, and then I see some tongue-in-cheek shocker from you guys. Make believe for grown-ups. Brandon, good to see you. I feel there's lots of books out there that could be considered intermediate or advanced GM guides. Never Unprepared, Your Best Game Ever, The Kobold Guides, How to Make Adventures That Don't Suck. Yeah, but this is ours. I don't know if you're new here, Brandon, but there's like tons of podcasts and YouTube channels and blogs about RPGs. Like, we just don't stop at like 5 books. There must be more. So we're just going to add to it. I think there's an RPG for every single person in the hobby. Just look at some of the itch bundles, man. Woo! Alternate book, Kangaroos and Kiwis, an Antipodean history of RPGs at the end of the world. Oh boy. OOC conflict and what to do. Talking to your players and other conflict resolution approaches for your table. Look at that. That sounds very official. I think I would be standing on the cover like this. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fudge dice roll. Oh, I see some plays on titles here. BSing your way through TTRPGs. Wayne, I might get you a royalty. I might just do that just because of that. Look, when you pander to me, the streamer, you get royalties. Okay? Just saying. Chapter 1. What's chapter 1 in your book? What's the name of it and what is it cover? Mike, how to send your mind, how to seed, not send. Dude, I need new glasses, seriously. How to seed your mind for fertile game mastery. Chapter 1, walk it off, you baby. Ryan's taking the hardcore. He's taking the Rex Kwon Do approach. Grab my dice. Not those dice. The other dice. Forget about it. You think I got this way, GMing for my wife, Stella? Reading aid. Oh, I forgot. Here we go. Talking about we're writing a book. Chapter 1, stop reading this book and go play some games. Ah, we lose them. Chapter 1, Jedco games and other strange animals. Shambot, Chapter 1, don't limit yourself or your imagination. How RPGs can keep your mind flexible. Shambot's the straight guy. The straight guy. He's playing the straight. Orcus, oh god. Chapter 1, don't kill the players. That is very apropos. I do, man. I get you. Mike says, Chapter 1, what is conflict? Harrigan, Chapter 1, you should read a different book, but you bought this one. So? By Harrigan. Jeff, morning. The only problem I see with this book is the most of the advice would be, well, you could do it this way, but you can also do it that way. So you're saying the alternate book to alter alternatives of running games. Chapter 1, D&D is not a toolbox. Shots fired. Brandon, Chapter 1, leadership at the table. Mike, Chapter 1, what is prep? Reshaping the conventional understanding of GM prep. I think we should all write a book. All ebooks. You know what? Nowadays you could write an ebook, put it on Amazon. No, on Amazon, Sean, are evil. Okay, sure. Well, whatever. Write it and put it somewhere you want it. But making it an ebook. I mean, there's people like selling 20-page ebooks. You know, go on mine, give me an email, and you'll get my first chapter. Like, it doesn't take much to, says Sean, who's never written a book. It doesn't take much to write a book anymore. Just ask Stephen King. Chapter 1, remember, this is supposed to be fun. Wouldn't that be in the prologue or the prelude? Chapter 1, you suck at RPGs, now what? Yeah, there we go. Mike's turning the tone a little bit. I like it. For reference, because I don't know, Jedco Games was an early influential game publisher in Australia. Oh, I did not know. Played a role in introducing early RPGs down in Oz. Ah, okay. Blake, Chapter 1, RPGs are not films or board games. They're their own thing. Reading aid, Chapter 1, Dr. Roleplay or How I Got Divorced Because My Wife Saw My Credit Card Statement. Shouldn't that be another chapter? Hey, now, for those of you giving multiple Chapter 1s, while I appreciate that, we have more chapters to do. So if you've submitted more than one Chapter 1, what are you going to do for Chapter 2 if you're, spending all your time on 3 versions of Chapter 1? Just saying. Keep those in lock, stock, and barrel here. Chapter 2. Oh, now Ryan's jumping ahead. Ryan, let's not get ahead of the class, please. Chapter 2, wrap that potion in cheese or the barbarian won't take it. Oh, I see. You got to wrap it in cheese so that they will take it. It's all these negative. Mike, I submitted more than one Chapter 1 because I offered multiple titles. So you're writing multiple books. This is what I'm gathering here. My book's already done, baby. Yeah, there you go. Chapter 2. So Chapter 1 is this. Chapter 2. Chapter 2. The epilogue. Jeff? Look, I can't. It's chaos in here. Jeff's doing the epilogue. People are submitting more than one title. People are submitting more than one chapter. Ones. Mass hysteria in here. Epilogue. Everything I just said is probably BS. Bonus for BS. Jeff, royalties coming your way. Preface. Failing your way to success. Nice. Yes, ending your way through life. The tabletop RPG guide to navigating life's challenges, life's challenge ratings, difficulties, and pit traps. Test Trekkie Chapter 2, Hunting Grounds in Dirt, early RPGs from Australia. Test Trekkie's looking for the Australian market only. Dingoes, Dice, and Vegemite. Playing RPGs down under. That would be the American version of an Australian RPG book, just so you would know. You know the deal. Right. Time to start packing up over here. Have a good day, weekend, people. See you, Harrigan. Safe travels. Are we done at Chapter 1? Sounds like it. Australia is my second favorite fictional fantasy land after Middle Earth. I agree. I agree. They say it exists, but I don't know about that. It sounds very dangerous. How could anybody occupy that continent? Reading Aid, Chapter 2. Now that you're single, grab a coffee, sit down, and read that core book you paid too much for on Noble Night. Mike, Chapter 2. It's likely that others at your table also suck. As a follow-up. Besides, people can't live upside down anyway. Right. Exactly. And down under what? Right? Like, that's the ultimate question. From down under. Down under what? Aussies. I poke because I love. Chapter 2, How to Build a Great Gaming Group. Straight guy playing the straight man. Shanbot, here we go. Roll the dice and roll with what life gives you. Shanbot does have the RPG for the soul book. RPG soup for the soul. It's got it going on for sure. Who knows? One of you guys will probably write a book from this, make millions of dollars. Like, yep. So I tuned into the stream one day. This one guy I followed. I don't remember his name anymore. His name escapes me. I don't know. I hope he's still doing well. So I wrote this book, and it's like baby steps, right? It's like Dr. Marvin. What's his name? Marvin. Leo Marvin. Chapter 2, How much prep is too much prep? Okay, all right. Are you just reading off of Alexander's book right now, Tad? You got it right in front of you. You're just like reading off the chapters. This one might do pretty well. Like chapter 2, motivations for conflict and what they mean. All right. Test Trekkie, note to self: fly Sean to Australia for Phenomicon in Melbourne and then abandon him in the hipster alleys. My wife has relatives in Australia. I believe they're in Warragul, maybe. I think. Do you know where that is? Yeah. One of her cousins moved to Tasmania. I don't know if he's still living there or not, but yeah, she's got cousins there. Mike, chapter 2, where to go and what to do when you get there. Okay, all right. Oh boy, here it comes. I always got to buckle up when Orcus comments. Like, okay, here we go. Chapter 2, scheduling. See chapter 5. Chapter 5, sorry, had an appointment. Moved to chapter 8. Chapter 8, got sick. Moved to chapter 10. Chapter 10, see chapter 2. Orcus, I can imagine when you were in high school and you sat down with your guidance counselor. I think your options, they were probably selling you completely short, right? They probably are. I'm just speculating here. But I think you've shown them that you can go above and beyond their expectations. Just saying. I have Alexander's book. It was gifted to me. I have it too. I bought it. Busted. Closes Alexander's book. Don't get me in trouble for copyright. Reading it. Chapter 3. Stop being a wuss and just run the friggin' game. I prefer rub some dirt on it. Walk it off. All those cool, like, boomer dad sayings. Test Trekkie, Tasmania is like Alabama, but cold with devils. Yeah. I bet. Orcus, your book sounds like the index in D&D 5th edition. Burn. Oh, sick burn. Warragul definitely sounds like a made-up place. Australia's not beating the accusations. No, they're not. I think it's Warragul. These are all excellent chapters. Somebody's writing all these down. I gotta rewatch this and write all these things down. I'll watch it on mute and just look at the chat. Chapter 2. When all else fails, remember you already agree you suck at this. What's up, Laramie? Yes, Laramie, there is an echo or some garbage going on in the audio, which is great. Test Trekkie, Wargle or Wargle? I don't know. I guess it depends on where you're from and how it's pronounced. That's my catchphrase when I mispronounce something. I don't think you're saying that right, Sean. Well, it depends on where you're from. All right, chapter 3. Chapter 3, Ryan's already there. Bam. That's not how you wash a displacer beast. How about oiling your rust monster? Oiling your rust monster. What would be the subtitle? Oiling your rust monster, washing your displacer beast, and other tales of taking care of encounters. Okay, I want to read this chapter. Right? That's the, This is the YouTube guide to writing a book, right? Gotta get the hook. Gotta give him the hook. Then you gotta tell him what's in the video. And then you gotta deliver on what you tell him. Because Wargle is a lovely town, rural, cold, and very farming oriented. I believe that's the case. I gotta remember where they are. I believe isn't Wargle near Melbourne? It's a ways away from it, but it's closer to Melbourne than it is Sydney, I believe. Chapter 3, Session 0, documenting expectations for future disputes. You will fight in this game. How to prepare yourself as a player. Jeff, oiling your rust monster, get your mind out of the gutter. Ayo. You're welcome. Which goes to chapter 4, which is safety tools. No, that's what it should be called. Oiling your rust monster, safety tools. How to X-card the creepy guy at the table. Chapter 3, learning to love that you suck at RPGs, the freeing power of being crappy at RPGs. Chapter 4, reading it's like on a tear. Find your Gabe Dibbing or your Yoda. Morning, Gabe. I don't think he's here. Usually he chimes in when he's here. Warrigal in Victoria and adjacent to Melbourne in the sense that it's only 1.5 hours from CBD. I think that's the same town. I think we're talking about the same town. I told my wife, you want to go there? We'll visit your cousins. No, she's not a big travel person, though. Sorry I'm late. Michael, I'll bring pancakes next time, please. Untangling your roper. Perv, Tad. Oiling your rust monster, untangling your roper. How to handle sex scenes in your RPGs. Huh? There he is. Just been busy. Great titles. And if I didn't say, good to see you, Gabe, it is good to see you. Orcus, chapter 3.5. Because, of course, there's got to be a 3.5. Avoiding blatant D&D references. Right. Scott's on fire. I would expect no less. Your guidance counselor, on the other hand. Chapter 4. You've already wasted so much time reading this book instead of prepping a game. Just give up now and eat random pills you find in your medicine cabinet. Oh, that got dark pretty quick there, Ryan. Chapter 5. There's only so many Borgs you can actually play. An introduction to the OSR. Hey-oh. Borg Mania. How to navigate the OSR. It should be blank Borg, right? Blank Borg. How to navigate new SR games. Chapter 3, the Tao of RPGs. So where are we going? Like, how does it? So it's chapter 1. You start off like very much. I don't know. Like it's a journey, right? Usually in books, even a self-help book, like kind of starts out here, then it gets into this, right? Kind of the mid game, if you will. If you're playing chess, got the opener, the mid game, and then the end game. Sorry, I play a ton of chess. I so suck. I cannot get above 400. Once I get about 400, I lose games like bam, bam, bam. I don't know what it is. I'm terrible. Shambot, Chapter 3. Take time to listen to other people because you are now part of their story. Oh, this guy. Shambot's too serious. So serious. So zen. So will sell 1 million copies. Sean's version is not going to do that. Is like, oh, that's got to start the fireplace with something. Gotcha. Yeah, for something that just sits on someone's shelf anyway, we're off to a pretty decent, pretty good start. I would say so. Appendix A, things to remember because you suck at this. Well, there we go. We forgot the appendixes. Gabe says you're going to find finding and mastering the one game that does everything perfectly. Is that the back cover? It's part of the back cover. In this book, you're going to find mastering and finding the one game that does everything perfectly. That's awesome. That's the promise on the front. It's like a quote from some who would that be a quote from? Quote from Gary Gygax, creator of D&D. In this book, you'll be finding and mastering the one game that does everything perfectly. Gary Gygax, creator of D&D. Chapter 5 through 11, random tables you must include in your session with things such as a man dressed as a beekeeper, a bear driving a motorcycle, a flying alligator. Nice. Gabe says, but your players won't want to play it. Today's a good stream, folks. It's a good one. Glad I'm here. You guys are contributing. Prologue in 50 font. For fuck's sake. Is it FFS or is it for fuck's sake? Don't introduce RPGs by making rookies play D&D or Pathfinder. Mike, Chapter 4. The table has revolted. Quick, read this chapter. Should it be break this seal in case of an emergency? The table has revolted. Ryan West, he's already up to chapter 12. That's another thing too. It should not even be in chapter sequential order. It should be like a dungeon, right? Like the rooms are never in order, right? That's the way the chapter should be. Like it should start out with like chapter 3. You're at the beginning of the dungeon. You're about to walk into the darkness. Next chapter 20. Like, what the hell? Ryan says, chapter 12. Oh, you're still reading this book? Okay, well, here's some advice on emergent play or railroading, whichever you want. There was a comment on this channel for... what was it? It was under one of the videos I did. I think it was like planning encounters or something. And a guy chimed in there and he was like, I don't understand what the problem is with running games. If your players are going to go in one direction or if they're going to go in another direction, just if you want them to run into an encounter, just put the encounter in front of them whichever direction they go. Why do people make this so hard? I've been running games for like 30 years. There's a couple of people that commented on that, but the Quantum Ogre. Dude, do you know what Quantum Ogre is? No? Sounds dumb. Oh, okay. Hey kids, like and subscribe. Yes, thank you, Jeff. In order to get an ebook copy of every book discussed here. Yes. Bam, nailed it. If you want your title of this, if you want your book to be featured at the Ass Crack of Dawn TV infomercials, then you will like and subscribe this video. I think what Orcus was doing, I choose your own adventure chapter book. Yes. The table of contents is a random table. Yes. Dude, do you not think that this book would not sell? Seriously, it could be just chapters with no content. Wait, box text, right? Read this, don't read this. Read this in your head. Read this out loud. Oh, man. You know what the difference between like success or not is? Having ideas and then actually producing them. I'm partial to the weird. I still have the original tables on my PC. Shambot, chapter 4. Oh boy. Subscribe to your attention and like what you find. Wayne, table of contents as a random encounter table. Or a drop table. Those are things I was like, what? It's the Google Plus days. People using drop tables. Anybody using drop tables? Sean, what's drop tables? It's when you like drop a die like from like a foot above your book and see where it lands. And then that's the result. And then if the die type as a result, right? If you're using a D4 and you drop it, probably the best one because it's just going to drop flat. It'll tell you the number on whatever it lands. Scotchy, that's a good point. Make sure there are instructions at the end of the book to burn or destroy it in some fashion so they'll have to buy it again. Gabe, that guy about encounters clearly is just now entering the chat. Right. Ryan, chapter 13, go read Finnegan's Wake. If you survive this, then your mind is now open to the cosmos and you know the cipher to read this chapter. My choose your own GM player advice book. Test Trekkie. All my dice are metallic and have sharp edges. I'm not damaging my books to use a drop table. Mike, chapter 5. Rip this chapter out. It was a mistake. It should be like a whole redacted chapter. Just put in like chapter 7, the Epstein files. And then it's like 10 pages of redacted text. Whoops, how'd that get in there? End with, whoops, how did that get in there? Dude, don't think I'm not going to go back to some of these and mine them for inspiration purposes only. If you don't think this thing has legs, I'm telling you it does. Like if you put out, here's the thing that I find, like this channel, Gaming MBS was like this. Dude, sometimes I think we take the hobby way too serious. There's some serious. It's really serious. Let's get serious. Right? Let's get serious. I would buy this book over some other books. Satire all the way, man. Chapter 6, all the things you want to hear because they confirm your priors. Gabe, this book should be crowd written for sure. You know what? That's not a bad idea either. Put it on a crowdfunding campaign and say, here are all the contributors. And then divvy up, like, if there was a way to figure out, like, the amount of contribution and being able to split that, like a stock, right? Like, the amount of stocks or shares you would have. We did that as, I believe it or not, in high school. There's a table over here in this corner. And I made that, I think we might have made it in high school or junior high. Everybody from my school who took a shop class has this table. And probably it's at their parents' house or currently in their house. That thing is like 50 years old. 40 years old. Come on, guys. But during that, there was a shop class that we had where it was I think it was like manufacturing 1. It might have been manufacturing 1 and 2. I don't know. And during that time, we had to come up with a product that we would make in a manufacturing process. And then we would come up with a price for the product, and then we would sell shares for the pseudo made up company. I thought it was fantastic. Like, it was great, and it obviously made an impact on me as far as like remembering something. Right? I can't remember how to read, but this I kind of stuck in my brain. But I thought it was cool. So a guy that we knew, he was the guy that worked farm jobs, so he had money growing up. Probably bought his own car because he baled hay and did tobacco every year. And he bought a bunch of shares. And then what happened is we sold these. I think they were Tambor bread boxes, right? So if you know what Tambor is, it's the roll, like a rolling desk or the roll top desk. The rolling piece, right? When you get a piece of cloth and you add the strips of wood on it, and allows it to bend. So we did a Tambor based bread box, and then we sold them. Like, we set a price and we sold them to our parents and our relatives or whatever, and we would have orders. We would take orders in, and we would have different finishes that they could have, right? So we do all this, and based on the amount of money we made, if you had more shares, then you would get more of those profits. So I'm just I know this is elementary. It just takes me back to those fundamental days. So it'd be cool to crowdfund a book based on contributions from you guys like this, and then divvy up the funds. Chapter 4: Railroading, Quantum Ogre, Agency, OSR, and other terms people pretend they know the definition of. Jeff, Chapter XX: How to Win at TTRPGs. Scotchy, as long as it has semi-decent art, you'll fund your Kickstarter. The book is already written. We just need money for art. Bonus if it has PBTA rules. Hey-o. Forged in the PBTA 3.5 D20 3.52 D20 YZE rules. Chapter 14, Ryan's still jotting them down. You are now the master of all games. Congratulations. Now it's time to move on to training to become a rodeo clown. Chapter 5, Shambot. Oh boy, here we go. Time is limited. I just feel like when I read Shambots, I got to be a little more serious. Chapter 5, time is limited. Play is for as long as you can. Ryan, Chapter 15, when in doubt, ask Jim, and then provide Jim's email and cell number. Jim couldn't make it today, unfortunately. All dogs go to heaven, I'll just say. Jim is always right. Orcus Dorcas, Chapter 5, How to Convince Others D&D 4th Edition is the worst when you have never actually played it. Mike, Chapter 7, remember, you are mortal. How to save time for this shit. How to have time for this shit. Ted Leckman, Games Without Number. Bam. Tim, ... Borg. See you, Tim. Ryan West, Chapter 16. Look, this book has to have 80,000 words to fulfill my contract. So here's my reviews of various TV shows from the 80s. Way too serious. This audio is it's going to piss me off because I don't know how to troubleshoot it without anybody here. I wonder if this can't be it. What is this? Wait a minute. Deactivation. Okay. I wonder if this will work. Does that work? Does that change anything? Audio isn't too bad on our TV, at least. Interesting. There's something like going on with my audio. Like, I have a third party. I'm going to see if I can quit this and see if it does anything. Perfect now? Oh, fantastic. Dude, it shouldn't even come up with this issue, but it's basically saying sound sources detected audio is being captured by another process. To avoid double audio, sound source processing is deactivated. That's weird. It shouldn't even do that. Great. Glad I found it an hour in. Well, now I found it. Thanks, Gabe. Great. I don't know where it's capturing it from. Turns the dials, fiddle with the settings, or turn it off and turn it back on. Universal template for troubleshooting. Yeah. I didn't even think of checking that thing. I don't know why. Chapter Sean. Chapter Sean. Chapter. No ego here. Chapter 6. Sean gets it. Yeah. Right. That would be the most snide chapter in Shanbot's book. Ryan West, Chapter 17. You should probably run God's Teeth for Kids and other ways to perfect your gameplay. Oh my God. Jeff, chapter whatever. Snacks are a must. All right. That's all I got. Should we? I don't know. I don't have a lot of news or anything. We could go to news and stuff. That was good. It's good stuff, you guys. Seriously. It's hilarious. I think I got some nuggets here. Should we let's I don't know, maybe news and stuff like that quick because it's not a ton, but I think why not? This just in. Several Kickstarter United members have been laid off 3 months after labor strike. So if you're not familiar with Kickstarter, they have a union. They unionized a while back, and now they're alleging the union that these layoffs are an act of retaliation by Kickstarter management. So it's just something to be aware of. And it talks about, this is on Rascal. I don't know if you can actually read the entire article because I'm a Rascal subscriber, full disclosure. And so I get to see all of the details. But a few people have been laid off. Well, I'll just read the first paragraph. 3 months ago, Kickstarter United resolved a 6-week-long strike over its workers' second contract following successful negotiations with Kickstarter management. The union has now alleged that multiple union members have since been subject to anti-union retaliation. According to Kickstarter United, 4 members who played an active role in the labor strike have been laid off, with an additional member forced out of the bargaining unit. So that is happening. It's just, I bring this up because I wonder, like, oh, if you're going to publish a book, are you going to put it on Kickstarter? Does this impact that? So there you go. That's something that's happening. We'll see. I guess I could put this in the chat, but again, full disclosure, it may be behind a bit of a paywall. Next up, Bell of Souls, D&D Beyond to be rebuilt from the ground up. I guess I never thought D&D Beyond was like technologically old. Kind of. I guess it's from, it's 5e, and I can't imagine that it's like, what's his name? Shoot, that was behind D&D Beyond originally, and then sold it to Fandom, and then Fandom sold it to WotC. And he's working over at Fantasy Grounds now. Shoot, I see his face. I can't remember his name. It's surprising to me that they're going to build it from the ground up. And I don't know. It seemed to work well on mobile and desktop. Maybe it's a little dated. I don't know. But let's just make no mistake about it. I think there's even been some talk online about some of the job openings at Wizards. A lot of digital related. I don't think WotC hasn't come out and said, hey, we're just going to keep doing books. We're going to keep it analog. Hey, we're going to keep it analog. It's all digital. It's going digital. They've made no qualms about it. I don't know why anybody would throw up their arms and go, what? What? They're going digital? Oh my God. All these things indicate they're going digital. Yeah, they are. Shocker. Like, I don't think it's a surprise. D&D Beyond was an incredible tool for sure. I would love every game to have something like it, but I totally get that it's not achievable. Adam, yes. Adam Branford. Adam Branford? Yeah. Adam Bradford. Thank you, Tad. Yeah. And I think he's doing probably great work over at Fantasy Grounds. Probably gave them a boost. And he seems to know what he's doing technologically. Like, remember, WotC didn't come up with D&D Beyond. They bought it. Dude, can we just I don't know what WotC's problem is with digital. They just can't pull it off. They just can't. I don't know about Magic. Magic sounds like it's okay. Like some people play Magic online. It seems to be doing all right. I'm not a Magic guy, so I could be wrong, but God, these guys are. They had like a Microsoft Xbox division head and a bunch of others there, and they couldn't pull off the tabletop. I don't know, man. Anyways, see you, Mike. And that's all I had for news, really. Bundles. There's one that Bundle Holding has. Now that I'm not sharing my screen. I didn't share Bella Souls. Great. Little off. Whole audio thing. I gotta find out what's creating that audio issue. Wolves Upon the Coast. If you're wanting to do like a West Marches or Hexcrawl, I think these sound, this might be up your alley. It's a bare bones, old school tabletop role playing game by designer Luke Gearing. Your history is gone and was taken from you. Ooh, excuse me, or you from it. You were thralls. Now your master lies dead in the bottom of a raiding vessel equipped for adventure. You are free. That's the entire setup for this tersely written, simply presented, yet sweeping sandbox campaign, one of the most widely praised creations in the OSR community. There's no introductory scenario to onboard you in this bleak, mythic world inspired by English and Celtic folklore. You generate characters using old school rules adapted from OD&D, grab an equipment package from the quick start list, and then sail. Wherever you want, whatever direction the wind takes you, whichever hex is next in this open-ended hex crawl challenge. That sounds kind of cool. I don't know. I purchased this. The rules provided are meh. The journal of gameplay is fascinating to me. There you go. Some feedback. That's all I have for bundles. There's a couple on there still that you can reference that I probably mentioned last week. Neon City Overdrive and a few others. Crowdfunding. There wasn't any really over at EN World. Crowdfunding. Trudvang. Anybody get on Trudvang? That's from Free League Publishing for Dragon Bang. It looks funded 3,000%. 8 million crooner. How much is that in US? Should we see what it's at? 930,000. That would be a pretty successful Kickstarter for Free League. I don't know if Free League does a lot of millions. Do they? Acquiring minds want to know. Nimble. I've seen some people like, hey man, if I play D&D, it's going to be Nimble. Anybody else check out Nimble yet? If you watch YouTube news or online debates, you likely heard Nimble, the 5e revision that changes the game in new and engaging ways. If you haven't, here's the deal. 3 action economy, paid to the player at the end of their turn. Defense, help, movement, attacks, and more cost. No to hit. Instead, roll damage with 1s, equaling a miss and exploding dice. Monsters that are simpler to read, and the extra secret, you can convert most elements of your 5e content to the system with limited drag. Its biggest selling point is the player engagement during combat. This setup gives players reason to stay invested in the game even when it's not their turn. Tomafor looked at it, Professor DM, Questing Beast, Ben Milton over there, all gush over it. It's at $617,000 of a 50K goal. Jeez, crushed that. Numenera, Omonte over at Backer Kit. The average, I think, or most popular pledge is 279 bones for the PDF and print versions of Numenera. Autographed, Beasts of the Amber Archive, The Catechism of Lore, Glimmers in Amber Zine, Calaval's Eyes deck, Numenera XP deck, Amber Archive deck, Goose. That's a lot. So that's out there. Blades, I did not get in on Blades yet. I don't know if I will. Blades in the Dark, Blades 68. It intrigues me. I don't know why. I'm big on contemporary recently for some reason. The design's going to be super cool, man. Deadlands, 30 years. So Matt Forbeck, I know Matt Forbeck. Follow him on multiple channels. Very nice guy. I've talked to Matt at numerous occasions. He had posted actually, I think Shane posted the picture in like a newsletter or something, but it was him, Matt Forbeck, and Shane Hensley from Pinnacle, because Matt Forbeck was part of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. He's long since moved on, but he was involved in Deadlands. But 30 years of Deadlands. Anybody get in on Deadlands? I am curious. Anyone? Bueller. Get in on Blade 68? The problem is I'll never play it. That's the problem. See Orcus. Last day to adjust your pledge or get in on the new SD release, Western Reaches. Good to know. I am nimble curious. Same. Just fantasy, man. Fantasy. You guys know how I stand on fantasy. But anyways, Deadlands is at 224,000. I've never played Deadlands, I don't think. It's a staple, though, right? Under the Shadow of Hellfast Spire, this Kickstarter for Shadowdark, 48K, funded in 19 minutes. It's interesting. Above, I mentioned YouTube reviews of Nimble. Here's one from Bob Worldbuilder, which segues to this YouTuber's 64-page Shadowdark adventure. YouTubers are a major part of the industry. And Bob uses his platform to discuss how he plays 5e and other TTRPGs under the Shadow of Hellfast Spire. So Bob the Worldbuilder did this one. Next one, Merker of Morks. Omni compatible Borg adventure. So systems include Merkborg, Pirate Borg, Vast Grim, Frontier Scum, Corp Borg, and Punk is Dead. Do you want to play a cross Merc Borg adventure using characters and options from your favorite doomed Borg TTRPGs? Mr. Least is plucking forsaken adventurers from Borg systems and offering them a chance at fame if they survive his televised streamed game show. It's funded. The Ossuary, Hunger and Bone Fantasy Role Playing. This is by Post World Games for original OSR. Cloak and Dagger, 5e Pathfinder. It's funded. Level Up, funded. Live on Backer Kit. So that's it. That's it. That's all I have, I think. That's all she wrote. Go check them out. Curious, what's going on with Pinnacle? Nothing with Pinnacle. It's just, there's no dirt. There's just an old picture of Matt Forbeck and Shane Hensley. Matt used to be part of Pinnacle. Not that I know of. Shane and the Savage Worlds gang are underrated in the RPG community. Uh-oh, what? You can DM me on Discord about it if you don't want to get into it here. Gossip? I don't have a problem with gossip. Posted something about supporting Charlie Kirk. Oh, well, there you go. Shane has shot his mouth off publicly. So that's not he had said something prior to that too that I think got him into hot water. Well, I mean, and you know what? It's his choice. He wants to say something, and then if people decide to be like, well, I'm not backing that company's stuff because of that guy, you know, he's got a choice. The hobby has its moments. For sure. Could go through a ton of them. One of them I've talked about here, right? So I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that he had said anything lately. I know he said something in the past. I don't even know what it was. But you know, vote with your dollar if you feel compelled. He enhances these unforced errors, dude. It's yeah. Yep. Anyways, I'll let you guys go. If you guys want to know more, check that out. I'm sure it won't be hard to find. It seems as though like the turmoil and the drama um ebb and flows through the RPG scene, and sometimes I catch it and sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's gets to be a bit much for sure. I mean, if you got a person, I mean, RPGs aren't like Apple, right? Where some of those CEOs are a little more discreet. But, you know, anyways, I want to thank all these folks for not that way, this way, over here, supporting the show. Thank you so much for Patreons. Appreciate it. And thank you for being here today, contributing to the book that we will co-author together. I got to go to Noble Knight in like, I don't know if they open in an hour or whatever. But hey, I got stuff to pick up, folks. But everybody have a good weekend. Go play some games. Take care of one another and have some fun. Don't get bogged down with, you know, adulting and really real life. Check out this video over here if you'd be so kind. That would be great. Otherwise, I'll let you go. Have a good one. Be a positive force in the tabletop RPG hobby. And see you next week, 8 a.m. Central Time, right here on this channel. Be here, be square. See ya.